watch out, chaps, out the devil. This is going to be a fun video about, without any doubt, the most lamentable vice president in United States history. And I'm including Bungalow Biden, obviously, because he was the vice president when Obama was the president, but at least Joe Biden generally didn't do anything. He just sat there and nodded occasionally. You know, he wasn't the most active of vice presidents, but he hadn't completely lost his marbles at that point, so he was just sort of there. He wasn't constantly putting his foot in his mouth. Worse than any of them is Kamala Harris. Every time she's ever tried to win an election for anything, she's been roundly thrashed because everybody hates her. She's about as likeable as a child sex offender with chronic body odour. That's how dislikable Kamala Harris is. This video, I think I'd mentioned this a couple of months back. It's one of the most cringe things I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm going to play it because it's only a minute long, and it can serve as a glorious appetizer to the following story about Kamala Harris's NASA video being paid actors. Like, this is how bad she is. She's a politician, and she can't get children to be excitable around her. She just can't. She's that much of a charmless rattlesnake with tits that anybody who comes across her is sort of instantly repelled. Sort of like the way horses are with Nazgul. Like, as soon as anyone comes near her, they just go, ugh. There's just something about her. But seriously, if you haven't seen this, prepare to be astounded. This is the most cringeworthy 56 seconds you will ever watch. Just listen to the language they use. This is the official Use Your Voice cartoon, courtesy of Kamala Harris on the Disney Channel.
Once there was a young girl who used her voice to make the world around her a better place. Some say the odds were stacked against her, but her mother had big plans for this little flower.
Some say the odds were stacked against her. Yeah, middle-class arseholes have it the hardest, don't they? Middle-class arseholes in one of the richest parts of planet Earth. Yeah, she didn't used to sweep streets in Nigeria, did she? Her parents were college professors. She was raised off a diet of Sesame Street, organic juice boxes, and fawning adoration. There is nothing that she had to work hard for, so let's just put that one to bed straight away.
Who had freedom fighting in her blood. She led a successful protest.
She had freedom fighting in her blood. What, were her middle-class college professor parents Cuban revolutionaries, were they? Was her dad the bloke who got squashed by a tank in Tiananmen Square and then he fashioned a makeshift crutch and hobbled his way to America? I don't think so. They're middle-class arseholes from California, the most middle-class state in the most middle-class country in the fucking world. This woman does not hail from a third-world shit pit. She didn't have to ride a goat 12 miles through the sand to go to school. It's a fiction. She's privileged, and she always has been.
So kids could continue to play. She was not going to let the grass grow under her feet. She joined a worldwide sisterhood and became part of a divine group of leaders.
You just heard that right. Became part of a divine group of leaders. Honest to God, a divine group of leaders. Like, she walks into the room. Oh, are you having a laugh? Walt Disney must be You know what? It's a tough choice, but I think I preferred Disney when they were tone-deaf, borderline Nazis.
She rose to places that no woman had. From front lawn...
She rose to places that no woman had. Well, Margaret Thatcher was running the fucking UK in the 80s. So, yeah, cheers. Cheers, what have you done?
Activist to Madam Vice President. She will use her voice to run this nation and inspire it too. Kamala Harris, making her story.
How bad was that? How bad was that? Divine leader, like fucking Chairman Mao made that car. Is Mao working at Disney Studios now, is he? And I know the Chinese exerted a lot of pressure on Disney. I didn't realise they'd resurrected and employed the big man himself. Fuck me. So anyway, that was laughable. This story's laughable. Kamala Harris's NASA video kids were paid actors. Of course they were, because even 8-year-olds know she's a twat. a charmless verruca on the foot of America. She is an anal polyp on the ring piece of the United States. The children who appeared in the video were selected by the video giant and paid, the company has said. Well, of course they were. Of course they were. You couldn't pay me enough to say nice things about Kamala Harris. If she knocked on my door with a suitcase full of fucking $100 bills and said all I had to do was make a 10-second video talking about how much of a great leader Kamala Harris was, I would tell her to suck my left testicle. That's how. I'd rather say nice things about fucking Gary Glitter. So yeah, the whole thing was a con. They made out that these 5 kids were over the moon to fucking talk to Kamala Harris. And yeah, the whole thing's a sham. It's all fake. And obviously they didn't tell anyone that it was fake before it went out. I'll briefly show you some of the video. It is just as cringe as the last one.
Meet the rest of the team.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm from West Windsor, New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Derek, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, my name is Zoriel, and I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and I'm from Monterey, California.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm from Iowa City, Iowa.
You'll notice they didn't select those children at random, did you? Did they? You'll notice there's one particular demographic missing. Right? I don't think we need to talk anymore. We could have guessed before the fucking thing started, couldn't we? We could have guessed which particular demographic. Although I will say one thing. As usual, props to those hard-working, sensible Asians. Because Trevor there is the only one with a normal name. Fucking Zoriel. I think that's the name of a dark, elvish slaver from the world of Warcraft. Anyway, yeah, weird that. Not a coincidence. We all know Kamala's not big on white boys with cocks, so I'm going to assume she was the one who asserted creative control with the casting process.
The head of the Space Council. I'll give you a hint. She actually lives at the Naval Observatory.
I wonder who the head of the Space Council is.
Are you kidding? The head of the Space Council is the Vice President!
You know they had to read that off a card, didn't you? Because they cannot manufacture interest. Are you kidding me? It's the Vice President. I think I heard one of them go, fuck me. Kamala rounded the corner and the little Asian kid went, Jesus H. Christ, it's that twat. Can I go and get my picture took with Charlie Manson?
Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States.
But she's also the President of the Senate.
And the head of the Space Council.
Well, welcome, you guys.
How many daft jobs do you get when you're an American politician as well? Head of this, head of the other, head of the Space Council. What the fuck does Kamala Harris know about space? The only space she knows about is the space underneath a bed because she's crawled under so many. When spouses have been coming home and almost caught her while she was greasing the wheels of power by climbing up on more pipes than the Mario Brothers. In order to get to the position she's in. We all know Kamala Sutra has grabbed her ankles so many times for a collection of sex pests and geriatrics that run the fucking political scene in California. She's basically got calloused ankles. Her ankles are as rough as a fucking builder's knuckles. and she's got, and on that note, she's got a clitoris like Rocky's Speedball. But anyway, let's just watch a few more minutes of this cringe video.
Thank you so much.
Ready to start? Okay, go. So, I may not always be fast to take my parents' advice, but what is the best advice your parents have given you that perhaps you can share with us today?
It's so cringe, isn't it, that she said this? Like, oh, what you have to do is you have to get the child actors to ask me for advice, and I'll give them advice, and they'll like it. Fuck me. It's cringe, Kamala. Cringe. It's almost as cringe as you're lying about busing, getting bused to school when you're an insufferable middle-class arsehole.
You know, one of the most important pieces of advice that I can offer you guys, and I want you to really remember this, never let anybody tell you who you are.
Oh, Jesus. I think I've just snapped my own neck. I'm going to need to wear a brace. Jesus fucking wept.
You tell them who you are. Never let anybody suggest to you that you are what they think you should be. You tell them who you are, and who you know you are, and what you intend to be.
God, how bad was that? The little hand gestures as well. Tell you what, kids, never let anyone tell you that when you're 29, you should be dating other 29-year-olds. No, what you should do is you should fuck dirty old married pensioners just so you can get political power. That's what you should do, kids.
Got that?
Yes.
All right. I got more advice. You just let me know.
So what is the most surprising thing you found about being vice president?
There have been a lot of things because I've never been vice president before. So there are many new things. But I'll tell you one of the things that I'm really excited about, and one of the reasons for our visit and the time we're going to spend time together today is the Space Council. My mom was a scientist, so she would take us to the lab with her, like on the weekends, and ask.
Yeah, look at that. You can see it was a struggle growing up, wasn't it? Her mum was a scientist and she used to take them to the lab. You know what women who struggled had to do? They used to have to yomp 12 miles to the fucking Manchester United factory and sew Eric Cantona footballs for 8p a day. Right? That's what toil looks like, you insufferable middle-class arsehole.
After school, because she had to work long hours. And I just love the idea of exploring the unknown. And then there's other things that we just haven't figured out or discovered yet. To think about so much that's out there that we still have to learn. Like, I love that. I love that. And so I'm very excited about the Space Council. We're going to learn so much as we increasingly, I think, are curious and interested in the potential for the discoveries and the work we can do in space. So,
well, kids, I'm looking forward to sucking some astronauts off. It's cringe. I can't bring myself to watch anymore, but just every aspect of it. Just look at the state of her.
The idea of exploring the unknown.
Like, honestly, she's a fucking lunatic. She's got the self-awareness of a goldfish in a hijab. She doesn't understand that constantly doing this shit, manufacturing impeccably produced horse shit videos with actors and scripts and hand gestures and elaborate eye movements just makes her look like the insincere, charmless, self-serving, rubber-faced reptile that she is. And that's all there is to it. If you are happy with the vice president getting to where she was, thinking she's a first, she's been under more bed sheets than the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That's how she got the job. Margaret Thatcher, she got there on merit. This yo-yo knickered fucking harlot got there by lubing up the pensioners that sat atop the thrones in California. And it's an embarrassment. It should be embarrassing to every American. Still, at least we've got 5 budding Republicans here, right? I guarantee, after spending 10 minutes in a room with that fucking lizard, all 5 of them are going to be like, Jesus wept. Can we get the orange guy back? Anyway, that was fun, wasn't it? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys at 7 p.m. UK. Take it easy.